What's going on, Jeromes? So JEROME said to find Vikings, we implored them to find some sort of quick interior penetrator, someone who can blow up a B gap and really get pressure on the interior of an offensive line. Well, they did it. 7th round, 232, a guy that is quickly going to become a fan favorite, Levi Drake Rodriguez, LDR. You have killed my father. Now you must die. Or something like that. The pride of Texas A&M-Commerce coming into the Vikings in the 7th round. Now, I know what you're saying. Texas A&M-Commerce. There was a certain undersized defensive tackle from Texas A&I at the time, Kingsville, who seemed to work out pretty okay for the Vikings. I don't know what it is. I don't know, man. But, of course, everything comes back to John Randall, all heart and hustle. But I'm kind of excited for LDR, and he's a guy that cropped up on my radar after his Tropical Bowl appearance, which we'll get to in a second, but it's interesting. And he's a very, very easy guy to root for, so let's talk about him today. Background, 23 years young, 6'2", 300. Grew up in Georgetown, Texas, which is a northern burb of Austin. Initially, so here we go. Initially, he was at Southwest Assemblies of God College outside of Waxahachie, in Dallas-Fort Worth area. Played football for 3 years. Was also on the baseball team. Played catcher. I feel like he would be a guy that would talk a lot of junk to batters and have a good rapport with umps. Anyways, then he transferred to A&M-Commerce. I was going to say go Lions, but of course that's not applicable anymore. He had a bust-out season in 2023. So 51 tackles, 91 PFF pass rush grade, 24 pressures, 5.5 sacks. He was a PFF FCS All-American. Now, Texas A&M-Commerce, they played teams like UC Davis and Stephen F. Austin and Houston Christian and Incarnate-Word Lamar. So we're talking about that level of FCS. And like I said, he stood out in the FCS Bowl as well as the Tropical Bowl, where he had 4 tackles for loss and 3 sacks. Very impressive, man. Absolutely. Pro day, so combine snub, but pro day, 5.93 RAS, average 40, average agility, average explosiveness. So nothing really stood out. Scouting report wise, Lance Erline, NFL.com, priority free agent. Rodriguez plays with a big heart and a steady motor, but he lacks NFL size and skill inside. He gives good effort on each snap, but spends too much time staying attached to blockers instead of finding quick routes around them. He has decent length for his size, but he doesn't do enough damage with his hands and lacks the short area foot quickness teams will look for from a smaller player. Rodriguez has been a productive player, but the step up in competition feels like it could be too big for him. And with Rodriguez, so this is like Rudy adjacent, where you have an undersized guy, even though I love the 300 is undersized nowadays. But small school dude, all heart, all hustle, has a first in the building mentality. He was talking to the beat reporters. He shows up at 3:30, which I don't know. He's used to being the underdog. Small school stud. It is a major jump in competition, and I think that he is a guy that potentially could be on the practice squad for a season or two and the work up from there. And like I said, once he did in the Tropical Bowl and FCS Bowl up against some from solid competition, he starred. He looked good. So I think that it's very easy to root for him, and also the aesthetic is out of this world. I hope he keeps the hair. And yes, we've had love affairs with undersized defensive tackles before. We'll talk about Hercules Mataafa, talk about Jalen Twyman, but of course, there's always that one. There's always that one, baby. That's right. But your thoughts are thoughts. Vikings draft Levi Drake Rodriguez in the 7th round, pick 232. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.